Hey guys, Jason here, and today I've got this, the Microsoft Surface Pro 4. Now, are tablets slowly getting rid of laptops? Well, they're trying to, and does this come close? Let's find out. The Surface Pro that I have here is running the Intel Core i5 with 4 GB of RAM, 128 GB SSD hard drive, and a 2736 by 1824 resolution screen. The Surface Pro does come with a front 5 megapixel and a rear 8 megapixel camera that does record video at 1080p on both cameras. Can be found on the side, which include USB 3.0, a micro SD card reader, a charging port, and the mini display port. Now the Surface Pro is not a small item. You can see it here next to an iPad Air 2, and we can see that it is substantially larger than the iPad Air and heavier. The Surface Pro does run Windows 10, so anyone that has used Windows 10 on a touch device, you get the same experience here. Unlike using the iPad Pro, which does run on iOS, which is quite different from macOS, when using this Windows 10 on the Surface, you'd have no problem switching between this and a desktop or a laptop. Scrolling on this is perfectly fine, and I've never had any problem with this lagging, freezing, or anything of that sorts. The Surface does come with this pen, pencil, stylus, whatever we want to call it included. Clicking the button at the top gives us various options. One of the options is a scratch pad. So if we want to make notes, we can put it on there. Anyone that's used a Note series of phones with the stylus, this is very similar to that. There's also a drawing pad where we can draw on it if you ever wanted to. The other one, which I find quite useful, would be the screen cap. So similar to the Note, it takes a screen cap of whatever's there, you can mark it up, save it, and send it out when you need. The stylus also works just like any regular stylus, but it also works as a highlighter. If there's text on the screen, it will highlight it and you can copy, paste it, send it wherever you need to. If you've ever used a stylus, this is no different than that. There's also handwriting recognition software which is in this. If you were to browse a web page or need to search for something, it'll come up automatically when searching for it. The keyboard attachment for the Surface Pro is quite good as well. It connects to the Surface Pro with smart connector keys at the bottom and just plugs in as we see here. Once it's in, the keyboard is fully accessible and fully usable. We can also close it and keep it attached for whenever we do need it. The outside is a nice velvet material, which is actually quite a nice touch. The viewing angles on the Surface is quite good, considering there's a flap at the back which can be adjusted to suit our various viewing angles. So no matter where we are, we can adjust it so that we get the perfect angle. It even folds very close to flat if we ever needed it to be. I'd be hard-pressed to find a viewing angle which can't be found using this Surface. I've had no problem using the keyboard considering it is pretty much a full-size keyboard. Keys are easy to use, the trackpad is responsive with the right and left click buttons. In fact, using this, you'd be hard-pressed to know that you are using any sort of keyboard attachment on a tablet. Keys are responsive, never experienced any problems using it in the time that I've had it. You'll probably also get a lot of work done on this, considering it's full size, your hands won't get cramped at all. Microsoft does sell this, which is the mouse accessory to the Surface. We can curve it on various degrees depending on how it feels in our hand, which is quite ingenious. There's a scroll bar on top, along with the standard left and right mouse keys. Considering it's a touch screen and the keyboard has the trackpad, I don't think there's much use for this though. So in the end, is the Surface Pro 4 really worth it? Now this one here, mid-range, is around $1,300, give or take. The base model runs around $1,000. You won't get much performance out of the base model if you're using the basic editing, browsing, streaming, that kind of stuff. If you want to do some sort of editing, it might get the job done, but you might want to go a bit higher to the i5 or the i7. So when it comes down to it, is it really worth it? If you have a laptop, I don't really think you need this. If you don't have a laptop, this could be your solution. It does bridge the gap. It does run Windows 10 as opposed to iOS or other Android products. So it will get the job done if you're on the Windows platform. If you're on the Apple platform for Mac OS, iOS, it'll still do the job. You can get the job done. You can transfer files. There is a bit of another step to take to it. But if you're a dedicated Windows user, this product is quite good, and I would highly recommend it if you're a Windows user. If you don't like Windows, it's easy, and don't get it. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.